the best idea. Come here. Here, heel. Heel, come on. Sit. Down. You're a good dog, though. Now, I've made it a lot harder for baby this time. And what I want to talk about is a dog can read your mood. They can tell if you're happy. It's very basic, like happy or like pissed. That's it. It's like real black and white with the dog. So I'm telling you this because it's important that when you're training, you might have to be a bit of an actor. At times, you might have to act like you might not be pissed off. You might be thinking, oh my God, look at the goofball dog. It's just an idiot, you know? But yeah, you sort of have to act like you're pissed, and you might be doing that with a pressure wave and a tone to get the dog to respond properly. No, down. But generally, like say you're going to training or something, you want to use like an up tone with the dog. You want to definitely have an up tone. That's pretty much that's pretty much all you could do. It's like have an up tone with the dog, and try and keep it as positive as possible. And when your dog's out there and it's working, remember you have 1.3 seconds to give positive or negative reinforcement. That's all. That's all you get. So if it's 5 seconds has passed, it's like sort of, don't waste your breath. Don't waste your breath at all. Do you understand? So always do that. It's just ridiculous. Keep that in mind, that if your dog has done something, say you come home and you didn't put your dog in the crate and your dog ate your albums or chewed your pillow, it's your fault. Don't say the dog knows because the dog's ears are down and is low because he knows that you're going to flip out. He's reading you. He's reading your emotional state and said, oh, the guy's going to be a dick to me. But it's pointless. At that point, the dog doesn't even know what it did. Just move on. Put the dog in the crate, clean up the mess that was your fault, and know that every time you do that, you're creating a problem and you're training your dog to be a dick. It's not your dog's fault. Just use a crate when you leave. You can't trust the dog. It's a goddamn dog. It's not a fucking kid. Like a kid, you might not trust a 15 or 16-year-old kid and say, don't have a party in the house while we're grandmas or whatever. It's not like you can tell them that, and either they do it or they don't do it. The dog is just what it is. It's a subspecies of the wolf, and it's an opportunist. It starts walking around the house. It sniffs a pillow or something. It seems like something it should chew on. Use a crate. But you think it's a jail for a dog? A dog they don't think. They don't ponder thought. It's nothing like you. There's no difference for your dog laying on a bed in a corner or laying on a bed in a crate, or not even laying on a bed in a crate, just being in a crate. Let's talk about that for a second. A lot of dogs, young dogs, you put bedding in their crate and they chew on it, and then they acquire this thing, it's called pica, and they start swallowing objects that, are non-food objects. It's from like not using a crate. So you have to use a crate, and if the dog has pica, you definitely have to use a crate. You can't let the dog stay out. If you can't watch the dog while you're in the shower, you put it in the crate. I'm sorry, I'm a buzzkill. That's just the way it is. I don't want to hear about some dog you grew up with or whatever. You have like a child's, your child's memory of how things were, and maybe it wasn't how you think because you were a kid. You weren't taking care of the dog anyway. And any parent that says that they're gonna get a dog and it's gonna be to teach the dog the child responsibility is a fool. And I feel sorry for that dog, because children can't take care of dogs. It's absurd. That's just nonsense. If you're a parent and you're thinking about getting a dog, it's your dog. You have to train it. You have to feed it. Okay. That's how it is. You can work with it. My dad worked with me. He was like, Peter, Do me a favor. Go over there with this dummy and swing it around. Now walk in front of the dog. Swing it around. Okay, now walk back over there. Now throw it in that direction. I could, by the time I was like in first grade, I could walk a dog up to Tillman School and have it at heel. You can do that, but don't think that your kid is going to learn that, like they're born with that ability. You have to know what you're doing, and then you have to like train the kid to do that. Now, I'm making it a lot harder for baby, and what I did was, see that the like kind of, there's a creek behind there, and then that like sort of heavy brush over there. That's where I put the pheasant wings. This is making it a lot harder for baby. This is I'm sort of training her like I would like a GSP or something. But the difference with baby, it's sort of easier because, like a GSP, you know, I'm training it to get into the scent cone and then go into wall with its leg up. Baby just has to find it and retrieve it. So when you start doing this either way, you don't want to put the object too far back because it's like a wall. It's like a barrier, and they don't know what you want them to do. You have to train them to go into that wall. Some dogs, like they see this field and then they see the heavy grass, they stop where the grass is longer. They don't think anything's out there. They're like, what could be out there? It looks totally different to them. So a lot of times when you're doing this, you step into the brush, you step into the bushes, whatever you have to do to teach the dog that it needs to drive into it to find it. Now, the objects with baby, the pheasant wings, I didn't put them far back this time. They're a couple feet back, but she still has to go in. I think it's going to be a problem, but we got to do this session and just see how she does. I will get up close and make sure that she finds it. You guys won't be able to see because I probably won't. Should I take the camera with me? I got to work with the dog, man. You guys stay here. I'll be right back. Here, heel. Baby, Over here, heel. Sit down. You are a good dog, dude. Well, I couldn't be happier with that. That went real well. Again, she's real good. A lot of times you see the dog is sort of into working with a human. That's why a lot of people like labs. It's their temperament. No, dude, get your ass down. That would be this dog too. Likes hanging around with a human. Likes doing something. You know, all of them have the. All dogs have this ability, scenting ability, and all can learn to like it. And it's a very positive thing for dogs. This dog is picking up on it real quick. It has a lot of drive, so a lot of times the dog might be flipped out when you start putting it in the brush. Not this dog. This dog wants to tear. I can tell. I'm probably get this dog to go back into the brush within a few sessions. We can have it like really searching heavy brush. It functions sort of like a hunting dog. You know, it's a real nice dog. I like it a lot. I was telling that to Destiny. I'm like, that dog's great. You know, if it was my dog, I'd be happy with it. You know, it's a real sort of pleasure to be around. She likes to work, man. All dog. I cannot stress this enough, man. I have seen Catones be great at scent work. Maltese, some of the smallest dogs are great with scent work. They can all learn to do it. Somebody was asking about, saying, somebody that's on the channel was saying something in regards to a dog that is fearful of humans, like it would be improper to train them to do search and rescue. That's nonsense. That's nonsense. You train the dog what it's supposed to like, and you train the dog to play. And if you're working with a trainer that's telling you something like that, like, well, the dog's fearful of humans, so it's not worth it. The dog might not be the best, right? But it might be. But if you don't try, the dog can definitely learn to find human scent, right? It can. No problem. All dogs can learn to do this. But if you don't try, then the dog's just going to be in this like state of like still fearful. Like all the dog really has to do is find the human and stay by the human. It doesn't have to be, well, I guess if you're going to train it like an idiot, right? They can all do scent work. You know, you don't have to have the person that they're finding. Well, if you're an idiot dog trainer, you do have to like get the dog all excited. You're the handler. Did they find what they needed to find? Good. It's absurd. It's absurd the train of thought people have when working with canines. Like it's just like this nonsense. Like if you could train a dog like to find like the DEA dogs, right? If you could train them to find, you know, they're not being excited. They're the handlers telling them they did a good job. See what I'm saying? This dog trainer that this person's working with has a flawed idea of like what is dog training or how to do scent work or do search and rescue. It's fucking rampant. It's rampant. It's no more difficult for your dog to find a human than it is to find the pheasant wing. And with human beings, you know, you're training the dog to track. So it's even easier. Like to say, well, they won't work a human scent is just a sign that you're giving your money to somebody that's incompetent. And I would say that I'm gonna be truthful here, most dog trainers really don't know what they're doing. They don't. They have this idea, he says they're giving too, you know, it's all based on food, you know. Can you just tell the dog it's doing a good job? No, you have to bring out your fanny pack, don't you? So it's so short-sighted. I realize I'm 58. I have an advantage. I've been around dogs a long time, and dealing with my dad. So I have a lot of experience, but it doesn't matter if you're saying you're a dog trainer and you're coming up with responses like that, like, no, we can't train that dog because it has a fear response around human beings. Well, you better get that fear response out of that dog then, Dick. If you can't evict the problem, then you shouldn't be in this line of work. All right? So if you have a problem with your dog, whether it's aggression or whatever, and you take the dog to a positive reinforcement trainer and they, well, we don't deal with problems like aggression. Really? Well, that's the most common problem that dogs have. So you're in the wrong line of work, food trainer. Or this is a common one. This is real common. Shut up, idiot. Shut up. You're an idiot. You're just an idiot. Oh God, what was I thinking? That idiot got me sidetracked. Oh yeah. Some dog trainers won't work with specific breeds. I know of several dog trainers in Brooklyn that, they won't work with like a Malinois. They won't work with an Akita. They won't work, Then why are you doing it? Why are you doing it? It's all got to be fun and games. You can't evict the problem. Why would anybody call these people and think that they can help with your dog that isn't aggressive? Do you see the point? If they can't deal with the most common problem with dogs, why are you going to their class? Why are you going to their puppy class? And by the way, that is the bread and butter of the idiot dog trainer, the puppy class. And then they try and sell you on another class. That's a fact. First, it's the puppy food training class. No, down. First, it's a puppy food training class, and then they want to sell you on some clicker stupid shit. By the way, a clicker is the same thing as saying good or good boy or good girl. Don't take your dog to the puppy class. It fucks up your dog. And don't take your dog to a dog run. That's not socializing your dog. Your dog got all its social skills when it was with the litter. Your dog should be separated at about 8 weeks. That's when you should get it. And when do you start training? When the dog comes home, but you don't use any pressure with the dog until the dog's sort of understanding. And that's about 4 months, a little bit before 4 months for me, because I can get the dog going quicker. But about 4 months, and then your demeanor can change a little bit. But you build the dog up to pressure. You don't, and pressure for a dog, it depends on the kind of dog, the personality of the dog, the size of the dog. No, you don't take a fucking dog to a dog park, period. It isn't about a puppy. And you don't take, hey, dude, you don't take a puppy because your puppy doesn't have all its shots. Okay? Hey, lab partner, listen to me. Listen to what I'm saying. You do your work in the yard. Okay? Train the dog at home in your yard, and then you take it out. If the dog isn't functioning well, it certainly isn't going to function well in a dog park. You don't take an adult dog to the dog park. You know what happens? They learn to fight. You ever see a dog doing that play fighting? It's the same body language as a regular fight. They're practicing, dummy. They're practicing. Then they get in a fight. The dog's fighting at 8 months. The owner doesn't know what to do. Yeah, it's disease-ridden. You're right. Thank you, Toxic. Yeah, go. I know dogs that went to dog parks in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, and got lepto and died. But parasites, they get parasites too. Fleas, whatever. You people want to get a dog, but you got this thing in your head that's a morphed little human being, or you saw. I never took her till she was 4 months and fully vaccinated. Yeah, I am right. It's a bad place to take your dog at 4 months. First of all, it's going to freak your dog out. Do you have your donations on? Yeah, I'm sure. Why, you want a super chat? Do it. I don't care. I'm not going to stop you. Anyway, I'm freezing. I am. I'm freezing. I don't know. Now you got me all freaked out. What? My super chat isn't on? Certainly is all before. Jesus Christ. What? Quit whining. Anyway, we're going in. This was hugely successful. The dog's awesome. You're awesome, baby. Give me a kiss. You're a good girl. She's an awesome dog. She's absolutely an awesome dog. I can't tell you enough. What are you looking at, a deer? Leave the deer alone. How great it is to see a dog that has drive like this. It really enjoys doing this. If you want to train your dog to do scent work, they have to have the basics first. If your dog isn't functioning, like with your basic training, stick with that for a while. This is advanced shit. If your dog can't do hold and drop and retrieve, why are you going to try this? It's not going to go well. Listen, it's probably not going to go well anyway for your dog, so I don't know. I feel like a broken record at times. I do. You got to go potty? Okay, hurry. I4 trying to donate super chat and say message not sent. Edit your message. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Hey, here. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. I don't super chat myself, so I don't know. But well, thanks for the. I can't fix that shit. I don't know what's the matter with this computer. I don't know. Go PayPal me $100,000. I'll take. Oh, there you go. Thanks, Justin Blackwood. I appreciate it. I do. Thank you. I said PayPal $100,000, but I was joking. Who's got that? Bill Gates. Bill, you out there? There's no Bigfoot behind me, is there? No, there's not. You're fucking with me. The message was too long. You have to meet the kid. Oh, is that right? If you do a big long, like, hey, thanks, then it doesn't go through. I didn't know that. I don't know. I know it was on though, but I do appreciate it. It does add up. If you want, join the channel. Anyway, we'll probably Bezos makes $143,000 a minute. Fuck. Why doesn't he just, like, can't he take his billions and how many 340 million people in this country, right? 340 million, right? Like, couldn't he afford to give everybody 10 grand? Couldn't he? Right? What's 10 grand times 340 million? Oh, thank you, Ryuchi. Thank you. Yeah, it works. Thank you. You hear that? Somebody's shooting Bigfoot. But you know what I'm saying? That guy makes $143,000 a minute? So, wait a minute. How many minutes are in a day? How many minutes are in a day? There's 60 minutes in an hour, right? 60 times 24. He could surely give everybody in this country $100,000, couldn't he? Easily. What is he doing with it? There's 144 minutes, or 1,440 minutes. What's that guy worth? 50 billion or something? He's worth 50 billion. And I know, I can't even fucking think about it. Right? It's so much. I'm like, he's worth 50 billion, and a billion is a million, right? Oh, jeez, man. If you're ever in Virginia, let's go Bigfoot hunting. I'm trying to catch the sneaky bugger myself. Love, Zach. I appreciate it. Bezos, 200 billion? Elon Musk, 340 billion? Personal wealth? 200 billion. There's a point where it's like, well, how much do you need? How much do they fucking need? I mean, it's their money. It is. It's obscene. I will say this about Bill Gates. He's giving his money away. He is. His plan is to give it away, but he makes so much money that he's made money while he's giving it away. He's vaccinating, people in Africa. He's, that's a great organization that he has. His vaccination, helping, Sahara Africa and shit. It's fucking awesome. But as he's been doing this, he said, I'm going to give my money away. He's spending all this money, but while he's spending it, he's also he can't spend it fast enough. Can't spend it fast enough. $200 billion. Elon Musk, 340 billion personal wealth? I don't know, man. See you, Toxic. It's the truth. It's like the amount is staggering. $1 billion is a million, right? Yeah, it's fucking crazy. He could give a million. So, like $4 billion. Is this correct? Somebody that can do math, tell me if this is right. For $4 billion, could he give everybody in this country $1 million? Is that correct? Because if $1 billion is a million, right? It'd take $3 billion to give 300 million people $1 million? Why didn't he do it? Why wouldn't you do that? What are you gonna do with it? Like, what's it? No, I'm wrong. No, I'm wrong. He can't. Okay. Thank you. How far off am I? How much would he have to do? He's greedy. Well, 200 billion is only 588 person in the United. Oh, is that right? That's all it is. There are 7 billion people. 7 billion. No, there's not 7 billion people. No, you're wrong. There's 340 million in the United States. We're talking about the United States. Okay? So there's 340 million. He's from this country. I'm not saying the planet. Right? Do the math. 340 million people. He's worth $200 million. Am I not correct? A million is 1 billion, right? 400 million would give 400 million people $1 million, right? I'm a mathematician, I think. I think I'm right. Doesn't that make sense? You're not saying I'm not. Is that a bat? No, it's too cold for a bat. Thank God. They fucking flipped me out. Ooh. I saw a movie that was great, by the way. You gotta watch this. It's the Something of the Ten Rings. It's a Marvel movie. 1,000 million is 1 billion. 1,000 is 1 billion. Okay, so no, what? That's not right. 1,000 million is a billion. 1,000 is not a million. Yes, that's it. That's it. I think you're the one that told me to watch it. I watched it. It was fucking great. It was funny. The animals in it were fucking cool looking. 990 million, add 1 million. Now you have 1 billion. 990 million. Okay. So 1,000 million is a billion. Yes, 1 billion is 1,000 million. Okay, all right. Okay, so, well, you could still, make everybody's Christmas great, right? It's absurd. It's absurd. 1,000,000,000. Um, well, he could give us all 100 grand, right? He could.
Jeff.
But I will say this about Jeff Bezos. I'm sorry, but I think it's cool that he's, getting us into outer space, and same thing with Elon. So is he, you know, takes a rich guy to do the shit, you know? Um, when I was a kid, man, I was so into the Apollo missions. I was so into it. It was so fucking cool. I mean, seriously, to me, like, that's the ultimate. It is. It's so fucking bitchin'. Like, we're going in space, and you know what else is bitchin'? Is that, like, there's disclosure going on. I know. You know what I'm going to talk about, the UFOs and shit. Well, I saw one. You see one, it's life changing. I'm looking around every time I go outside. I'm looking up because I'm like, I want to see it again. I saw some with Destiny. It was fucking. I was screaming. I was, get out here! You got to see this. It's fucking crazy. I saw one flew across this field and went that way towards Watkins Glen. I was 500 feet away from it. I saw it and I was like, what the fuck is that? I'm seeing something from another world. It looked like it was like an underwater bioluminescent animal. It was fucking crazy looking. It was. There was no prop wash. It didn't make any sound and it just floated through the sky. I heard the car door slam from my neighbor's house and I go, do you see this? My neighbor goes, yeah, the red thing. I go, yeah, I see it. He goes, yeah, I see it. If you wanted to have seen it, I would have thought that I was losing my mind. Like I must be seeing something. It was insane. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. The things that I saw with Destiny, they were far away, but they were crazy looking. It was obvious that it wasn't right. And then we went driving around looking for them again. God, I'd love to see another one of those. It was I've seen several at this point. I saw something, goose hunting. That's one of the first ones that I saw, and it was really high up. And I chalked up to, I'm real tired. Like, man, and I'm going, am I seeing a UFO? I'm real tired. It was real high up, where like a 747 would be. It was spherical and silver. And I was looking, I'm going, what the fuck is that? And I chalked that up to being tired. That's still at the point where I was like, UFOs don't, like, no, nothing's coming here because everything's too far away, In the physical world as we know it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the physical world as human beings know it, it's impossible for anything to come from another solar system. It can't. But that's as we know it. We don't know everything. We know a lot, but we don't know everything. I talked to an astrophysicist. He was trying to tell me, no, they're not coming, that we would know or we know a lot. And I'm like, well, that's arrogant saying that we know everything. That's like saying in the 1300s they thought that they knew everything. It's like, oh, okay. Well, you got a point. And then I had to go on the internet and show them the NASA, where the ST, where the thing comes away from the you know what I'm talking about, those that NASA filmed. He's like, well, yeah, that is weird, but in space, maybe the camera was please, they look like large. Go look at those things. It's like STS. Do you know what I'm talking about? The James Webb Space Telescope launched December 18th. That's let us see a whole lot more. Oh, is that right? That's good. I don't know. I don't know. I definitely have a different view of it than I did years ago. I even look at my psycho dreams I've had differently. Like, what the fuck? Like, I question those now. I had those back when I was convinced that, like, everything's too far. You know, I was still saying everything's too far, but I was having those fucking reoccurring dreams. Not every night or anything. It was like every couple of years. I'd go to the interior of the sun. And I'll tell you what, after I saw the UFO, I started looking at those dreams totally differently. It's true. And I'll tell you what else. After I woke up and I had the epiphany and woke up and was able to Photoshop because they told me that they were going to tell me how to Photoshop. I know, it sounds insane. I realize that. I know it sounds insane. Yeah, President of the Bigfoot community is talking about going to the interior of the sun. I understand the point. That's why, that's why I flatly say like it happens in a dream. I go to sleep, and that's when, well, they come and get me. Take me to the interior of the sun. What do you want me to say? It's just a dream. That's what I'm saying. It's just a dream. It's just real vivid. It's weird up there, too. And whatever I'm wearing when I go to sleep, that's what I'm wearing when I'm there. It's real strange. I've talked about this so many times. This is fascinating. It's freezing. It is. Ria G, thank you as always. Zach Beal TV, thank you very much. I appreciate it. That's very generous of both of you, Ria. Very generous. I'm freezing. This dog's fucking awesome. This dog's great. Hey, get back over here. Sit. She's great. She's a great dog to work with. All right, I'm freezing. I'm going in. Maybe we'll live stream later. Thanks again.